All right, guys, welcome back to Pragmatic Bodybuilding. I know it's been a quick minute since my last video, and for pretty good reason. I've been not only in a rut here on YouTube, but I've been in a rut when it comes to my bodybuilding, the training, the nutrition. The last couple of months, it's been off a bit, and the main reason for that is my wife had surgery. And not to get into detail with it, but she's okay. Surgery went well. She's recovering perfectly, and she's going to be going to work here really, really soon. So just very happy that she's going to be perfectly fine. But you can imagine going through that process, the struggle and, in a sense, the stress. And it meant my responsibilities elevated a bit because I had to make sure that, I was taking care of her, taking care of my son, of course, continuing to be a good coach and, taking care of work and all that, and trying to keep up on the bodybuilding side of things. And I'm sure you guys can relate when you have a lot going on outside the gym and you're struggling to keep up with things you're supposed to do as a bodybuilder. It's stressful, it's frustrating, and of course a little bit of insecurity can creep up. You feel like you're failing, you feel like you're not progressing the way you should. And if you guys are anything like me, as bodybuilders, you love your routine, and anytime the routine gets thrown off, you get stressed. The frustration just sets in. So it was kind of challenging. Of course, I'm going to be a very responsible husband and father. I'm going to take care of what needs to be taken care of here at home. That's always going to come first. But when you don't have the time and the energy to take care of yourself the way you normally would, it's tough. So a couple of weeks into it, I'm noticing that I'm missing training days, or I'm missing meals, or not eating the way I should. In a sense, kind of slowly seeing your body composition degrade a bit. And I know I'm not losing any muscle because it takes literally 3 to 5 weeks, no training whatsoever, where you would actually start to lose muscle, but you get detrained in a sense. You look a little flatter, and if you're not eating properly, you start to look a little softer. So at my current body weight, which is 192 pounds, it's not the best 192, let's say. Like, I've looked far better in the past. So it's kind of frustrating, especially knowing you have a goal next year of getting back to Worlds and trying to place top 5, and it's not getting any easier because I am getting older. By the time I get back on the world stage, I'm going to be 54 and a half years old. It's definitely challenging, but again, very frustrating when you're not able to stay in your normal routine. First couple of weeks, I was frustrated. I was trying to keep up, trying to stick to my 4 days a week training, trying to get the upper lowers in there. Eventually, I realized, okay, I can't keep up with this. So I had to start accepting and embracing the current environment and game planning more realistically to my current constraints, and in a sense also recalibrating my expectations, so that way when I move forward I can do it more productively, and most importantly really lower down the overall stress levels. And that's going to make the training that I am doing far more enjoyable, the journey itself far more enjoyable. I'm pretty sure some of you guys out there have always tried to follow maybe what someone else is prescribing, or what the guys on YouTube are saying, or the science guys are saying. Like, you're trying to cater your bodybuilding towards those external sources of information, but yet you're not, let's say, in the best environment to follow something like that. In a sense, that's what I realized. Like, okay, I can't really do that. I have to recalibrate, kind of understand what my current constraints are, game plan according to that. So the work that I am doing, the things that I am doing, it's going to be the pathway with the least amount of resistance, and therefore, again, the enjoyment is going to be much higher, and the work that I would be doing would be higher quality. I'd be more efficient, more effective. All that to say that I've had to, retool my training as of late, and the approach is, in a sense, what can I do on a daily basis? And I kind of realized, like, okay, 2 exercises per session is about right. As far as the time, as far as my physical, my mental and emotional energy, 2 exercises is perfect. So what I did on my chalkboard is I just wrote down all the exercises that I've been currently doing in my programming, and all the exercises that I've been doing. Those are the sweet spot exercises, in a sense. And the way I look at my own exercise selection is based on, of course, trying to hit the target muscle or muscles. I mean, that's a given. That goes without saying. From there, I think about mind-muscle connection, like where I can really connect on an exercise, mentally, like it just feels good. And then from there, I think about stability, making sure I'm super stable while performing the exercise, because if that's the case, I'm going to be able to move as heavy a load as possible for as many reps as possible and be able to maintain my form. And then I think about my safety, are the exercises I'm doing comfortable? Are they safe? And then the last thing is, do I enjoy doing the movement? Like, if all that checks out, then I know I'm going to really get after it. I'm going to get the most out of myself. Listing all those exercises, then I just drew a line, after every 2 exercises. Okay, and I numbered it 1 through 9. I don't really think about, okay, I need to get so many workouts in per week. It's more so, can I train today? Yes or no? If I can, great. I'm going to knock out these 2 exercises. Move on to the next day. Can I do these 2 exercises or not? Yes, great. If not, okay, I'll just do it tomorrow, and everything just gets pushed back. Now, of course, the frequency might be lower at times, the volume might be lower at times, but again, I'm still training, and because I'm training within my constraints, every time I am training, the quality is going to be super, super high, and chances are I'm going to be able to progress my lifts. So I'm always going to keep myself moving forward. And again, it may not be as fast as I normally would, but I'm still taking steps forward versus really trying to force something that I just can't do. The quality isn't there and the enjoyment isn't there. I just want to make sure that when I'm in the gym, I'm keeping my stress levels super, super low so I can really enjoy what I'm doing. And there's a reason why in 4 weeks, I've been training 39 years. It's my anniversary the first week of December. 39 years. It's not because I've always tried to follow what someone else said I should be doing. It's because I'm following what I'm capable of doing in my current environment. That's the approach that I've learned to take, as I've gained all this experience over the years. You have to, in a sense, cater to your current environment. And that takes experience, of course. Obviously, when you're in your first year or 2 of training, it's like, how do you do that? And that's where coaching comes into play. And this is what I do almost every single day with my bodybuilders, is help them to make adjustments based on the context at hand. It's not about trying to, follow, something blindly. That's what I really love about the job that I do as a coach, is I get to use my experience and help other people become just as independent as I am. And that's the goal, is to become independent with this stuff and get closer to self-mastery. So my training right now, it's not as abundant as it was, but I can tell visually I'm not losing muscle, even though the body composition isn't my best. It's a little bit softer, but muscle's still there. And so now, because I've kept myself afloat during a rough time in my life, things are now improving. Of course, my wife is getting recovered, and my normal routine, I can see it, like it's starting to get back to normal. So right now, my focus for November and December is to just get myself back into the routine slowly but surely, as far as my normal routine, really starting to work on, as far as establishing prep habits. I want to start nailing down nutrition more, start working on activity level, my step counts, and getting the consistency, with the training, and, not focusing so much on the progress over the next 2 months, because I know the progress is organically just going to roll with that. But again, just really establishing some good prep habits, because January, that's when prep starts. And I want to make sure like everything is working really smoothly when I go to start prep. And I plan on doing more videos throughout my prep and sharing the ups, the downs, and the in-betweens with you guys. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. And if you have any question, comments, I would be more than happy to engage with you guys. So hopefully you guys have a good week, keep crushing it, and we'll talk soon.